Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, August 24th. We're right after operational briefing here at the McKinley Fire with Incident Meteorologist Mark Loeffelbein. He's going to give us the update on the winds, which are here, but thankfully, Mark, they are where?
They're up above us still. We can actually see those winds up there on a wind profile that's just north of the fire, so we do know that there. We did have an inversion set up overnight though, and so that made a difference for us. That inversion is a little bit stronger than it would be earlier in the summer. So the fact we're later in the summer, we were able to develop that. That kind of protects us. If you think about the atmosphere as oil and water, it wants to settle in layers, and so we have that coldest air settling near the surface, and that stronger wind just sitting up there above it. Now, we will have a short period from about 1000 this morning till about noon. When the inversion starts to break up, we might get a little bit of that wind down to the surface. Fortunately, though, it's already decreasing in intensity, so as it surfaces, I'm not expecting anything stronger than 10 miles per hour. We made all the firefighters aware of that this morning. They might see a little bit of that northerly wind once that inversion breaks up by this afternoon, though. We're just looking for some sunshine, temperatures that'll be up around 70, and those minimum relative humidity is right around 30%. So should look actually a little bit like yesterday with the exception of a little more sunshine.
So to break it down, it sounds like we got really lucky. Julia Rutherford's behind us and Mike Johnson's working the camera. And so as firefighters, I know that there's a little bit of like a real positive vibe at camp tonight because the winds came, but it seems like the time of year, because we are late August and not the dead of summer where we have much longer windows here of 18, 19 hours of daylight, where that wind would have mixed right away with our fire activity. It seems like because we're later August, days are getting shorter quickly. I mean, the sun just rose in Willow at 7:15, whereas 6 weeks ago the sun rose at 3:50. That late time of the year is to break it down. That's what kind of saved us, I'd say, from this wind.
That made a big difference, yep.
Okay, so firefighters on the night patrol last night said everything's going well, that there are, of course, the jackpots of fuel that are still burning. There's still some areas of debris that are burning, and we have over 400 resources today heading out there, so they're taking Mark's forecast to keep an eye out for about 1,000 to the about lunch period to see if we're going to get some mixing winds. But in terms of fire activity, very minimal effect of this wind because it's blowing 500 feet above the ground.
Yep.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. And then, Mike, are we seeing any questions on there?
No questions, just good comments.
Okay, great. So the firefighters are actively engaged. I can tell you from personal experience, they are extremely grateful for those thank you banners that went up on the highway. They're working extremely long hours out there. They want to do a good job for you. And when they head back to work after a day of bending over with that pack on and mixing all that water and doing everything that it takes to recut every tree that's already fallen, and we showed you that drone footage last night. So if you were at the community meeting, we put up a 1.5-minute drone footage to show you the blowdown, to show you some of the challenges that we have, and then the firefighters are out there right now working on removing as many logs as they can. You'll probably start to see log decks formed out there. So we'll come back with you this afternoon for more live, and thanks for joining us.